Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Anthony, and I just wanted to make a quick video right now based on an experience that I just had. So I wanted to make a video about closing more business. I call it the boring way because sometimes it's the best way, right? Anybody that's in sales, especially in roofing sales, construction sales, where there's high commissions involved. I mean, emotions run high, not only for the salesperson, right? Because you're trying to, win and close new business, but also for your client, right? Because your client, what they're looking for is they just want to keep their business operational, or they just want their home fixed. That's it. That's their main goal, right? Their main goal, they could care less about how much commission you're making or any of that stuff. They have a business to run. They're trying to get it done as, cost effective as possible. So I had two examples today, kind of the exact same thing. So I wanted to share those. I got on one earlier today that was probably every bit of about, I would guess, 2,500 squares or so, and they had a leak going all the way down one side of the building, and I probably could have got away with 10, 20 grand worth of repairs. And I told the gentleman, I said, you know what? I said, it's just time to stop repairing this building, stop patching it. It's time to do some major surgery on this building. I said so, and I told him straight out from the beginning. I said, my proposal is going to be 2 to 3 times higher, probably, than what you're going to get from other guys, other contractors. And he kind of see the look on his face, like he couldn't believe what I just said. And I think people can appreciate that, right? Because I think in the sales position, you're just trying to, close any business that you can, especially if you're working on commission, paycheck to paycheck. And a lot of times you're in scarcity, right? If you're not closing a lot of business. So I totally get it. I know we all got to get paid and we all got to, make money. But I think putting the client's needs first and making sure that you deliver an excellent product should kind of be your first priority. And if you come from that place, then nobody's going to tell you that your price is unacceptable or unreasonable, right? Because I tell everybody this. I say, I'm not in the business of selling temporary repairs. Because I don't want to get this call back, in a year, 2 years, and I got to go back and fix things again, right? So I try to do it the boring way, right? And that's by just telling people everything completely up front, being completely honest, having integrity. And sometimes you got to, give the client what they don't want, right? Everybody says give the client what they want, but a lot of times the client doesn't even know what they want, right? They're looking for the cheapest route possible till they can eliminate a permanent headache temporarily, right? And that's not a good solution for anybody. It's not a good way to do business. So that's one. I think the client was very pleased with what I told him, even though I told him that my price was going to be 2 to 3 times higher than what other projects and other prices he was going to see. So, and then another one that I did is I went to check out a mini storage in Austin, Texas that had some leaks. And I just listened to the client. I mean, I just heard him out. They said they've got tons of bids. Corporate company, multi-million-dollar company. So that's kind of part of the process. I know a lot of salespeople get turned off when they hear clients say that they're getting multiple bids, multiple proposals. But I love that. I love when they say that, because I know that I'm going to listen and I'm going to deliver a higher quality product with more integrity than anybody else at the best possible price. And that's not always the lowest cost. I'm almost never the lowest bid ever. Just FYI, I'm usually the middle to the higher bids. And there's good reason for it. So I went out and checked out this mini storage, probably 500 to 700 squares. It's a huge place, and there's definitely storm damage there, but they don't have that many leaks, right? So even though some of those panels are damaged, I think if they turned it in for a claim, they can probably get the roofs fully replaced. But that's not what they called me for, right? They called me for a repair, modified bitumen, flat roof, which is could be a tricky one if you don't know what you're doing. Not every roofer can do that project. But I just heard the client. I just listened to him. I was very patient. Got up on the project, checked it out, looked at the roof, looked around. And I kind of knew in my mind what I wanted to do. But I don't ever arrive to a project, looking at first thing is storm damage. That's just a bad way to do business, even though it's the most profitable way. And I know some people are highly aggressive about that. But again, just operating for integrity, for your client's sake, for the insurance company's sake. I mean, if the money if they don't need to replace the roof, I don't think there's any reason to. So that's kind of the feel that I got from this gentleman that I met out at the mini storage. And he said, yeah, everybody, you know, they're recommending replace, and they're recommending all these options, and we should go back with TPO, we should go back with, you know, fluid applied, and just all these solutions to do a brand new roofing system. And I told the guy, I'm going to recommend that you don't replace it. That's my recommendation. And he looked at me like, really? Why? And I told him, I said, you know, this roof isn't it's not obviously, I mean, it probably has just, you know, a few years left on it. I'm not going to tell you the roof's in excellent shape, but we can either A, repair this roof, or B, restore it. So I definitely would not do a full replace on it. And the guy really, really appreciated it. So needless to say, we turned in repair work at a premium, right? Because one thing I try to explain to building owners, and they really love this, I always get compliments on the transparency and how much they appreciate my honesty. I tell them, hey, look, you know, I am not trying to deliver you the cheapest possible repair. That's not my goal, right? Because if I give you a steal of a deal, your building doesn't leak, you know, somebody still has to carry that warranty, right? So let's say it leaks in a year or two. I know it's going to leak if I do a subpar repair or partial repair just to get the water to stop coming in. Somebody's going to have to carry that warranty. And I let them know that. I say, hey, you know, this repair, it's going to be $5,000 or it's going to be $10,000, and you know, I'm going to double the cost to carry the warranty, you know, for 3 years or 5 years. So now your $10,000 repair is probably going to look more like 15 or 16. Just so they know right up front, you know, there's no reason to hide it, no reason to pad it. We all do it. Every roofing company does it. I mean, we charge a premium, we charge for our warranty. It's part of the business. And I think I win more business by telling clients that hey, you know, my bid is 30 to 40 to 50% higher than everybody else's, in case, you know, worse comes to worse, and in a couple years I have to redo this either entire patch, or now I got to open it up and replace some decking, or I got to replace some drywall inside because you had a leak, or ruin some computers on your building. I gotta figure for all that, right? And of course, I think delivering an excellent product, it kind of goes without saying, but having that money saved away for that client for warranty, I mean, you have to do it. You just absolutely have to. And I think telling the client that, being open with them about it, is also another way that I close business at a higher cost and at a premium. Just knowing they're in good hands, and yes, you know, they did give me, you know, an extra 10, 20, 30, 40% for that peace of mind that, you know, in the next several years that they're building, even if they do get a leak, we're not going to come out and just smear caulking on it. I get on so many roofs where they say, they've been up there, they've repaired it 3 or 4 or 5 times, and I'm just tired of them coming out here, and they've just smeared 2 and 3 and 4 different, you know, colored materials on top of the same patch, you know, just temporary patch after temporary patch, when the client thought they were getting a good deal by getting lower costs in the front end. So being upfront, open, honest, transparent, it's the boring way to close business, but it's the way that I do it, and it works, you know, 100% of the time. And some people would just tell you flat out, you know, that's just not in my budget. There's no way that I can do it, you know. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to help those clients. I mean, you can offer some financing options and things of that nature, but I think building relationships for the long term, right? If a client just needs a patch, and it is a roof or a project that can be patched up, you know, or a repair can be done at a premium, right, with a warranty, then I would much rather offer them that. And that's how you build long-term relationship with clients. They send you referrals, and then when you have inbound stuff based on a referral, I mean, that lead, you couldn't have a warmer lead or a hot lead. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today, was just closing business the boring way. It works 100% of the time. Client called me back. She said that she can't tell me how much she appreciated my transparency and honesty. And that's what she said. She said all these companies were not listening, right? They were all just going after that $1 million payday. That's all they were thinking about, right? Operating from scarcity and using these high pressure sales tactics. You need to replace all the roofs on this building. You have storm damage, that thing, which is what, like I said, nothing against it. We all do it. But when it's required, right? And so we can do it as ethically as possible and run a business that's sustainable long term, right? So that you build not only good business and good client relationship, but a good reputation for yourself, right? Because even if I decide like in the future, to move on from construction, and I don't think that I will, I've been in it my whole life, but you want your good name to go with you everywhere that you go. That's kind of the name of the game. But this client, she just went on and on and on. She said, that's what we were looking for. We're looking for a company like you who will work with us and help us and, be tailored to our needs for just small repairs when we need them. And when it comes time for a full replace, well, we already have a relationship with somebody. So that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. It's kind of, sometimes it's the long road. Everybody's looking for shortcuts. But I think the best business and the most long-term solid business comes from just building those relationships, listening to your client, being open and honest, and asking for the business, and then also asking for a premium. All right. Again, I just left another project right now, and I told the gentleman, I said, I'm not trying to get you a leak-free roof at the lowest cost possible. That's not my goal. I'm trying to get you a roof that is a permanent solution, where you're not going to have to call me back for any kind of repairs or anything like that. So I said it is going to cost you a little bit more up front, but that's the roof that I'm happy with delivering, and those are the type of clients that I like working with, and those are the ones that have the best relationship with for the long term. So that's it. That's all I want to talk about. Boring sales and closing business the boring way, having integrity, not looking desperate to close the business because you need to sell, and also you don't have to be the cheapest guy to close business. I always sell at a premium. I'm never the lowest guy. I'm probably not even middle of the road. I've beat out big companies like Belden, even at a higher price than them, because of just selling myself, the integrity that I operate with, and knowing that they're going to have that personal touch and peace of mind, as opposed to a faceless giant who they're never going to have a relationship with the roofer. They'll just, if they need repairs over the next 10 years, they're always probably going to meet a different guy. And with me, I do have crews that I work with and run, but everybody can get a hold of me. I personally touch every single building that I'm on, and I make myself open and available to my clients, because I don't think of it as a single transaction. I think of it as people that I'm building relationships with. So that's another reason why I don't need to take on every client. I don't want to take on every client. I try to make sure that we're going to be a good fit for each other, and that's somebody that you do want to have a long-term relationship with, because once you touch that building, or once you put a roof on that building, then like I said, you're going to be married to that thing for a while. So I think explaining that up front, trusting your instinct, hand selecting your clients the same way that they would hand select a contractor, and sell your business at a premium, ask for the business, have integrity, and build those long-term relationships, and that's how you build a good sustainable building, good sustainable company, solid for the future, so that people will like to talk to you, look for you, recommend you, and talk to you like a friend when they call you. All my clients, my biggest clients that have paid me millions of dollars, they call me, they laugh with me, we just kind of, sometimes we're just BSing, we're not even talking about anything work related. So some of these clients actually become good friends, and I think that's very important to think about, especially when you're out on that initial project. It shouldn't be about the just getting the business and that's it, and doing a transaction. If you think about building that relationship, then things will go a lot smoother, and you can charge a lot more. Even though it's your first interaction with that client, they will pay you more if they think they are getting a better deal and having a relationship with you and your business. And this doesn't just apply to construction, this applies to everything. But I'm just kind of wanted to talk about how my experience has been this morning. It's been incredible. It's only 10:47 in the morning, and I've probably looked at about $100,000 worth of roofs already. I have several more appointments today, and the rest of my week is booked up. So business has been coming in steadily. Meeting a lot of good people, looking to do some really big deals, and things are moving right along. So I'm always here. I'm making these videos. If there's anything you want me to make a video about, anything you want me to chat about, you can comment below. I'll be happy to answer some questions for you, whether it's marketing related, closing business. I'm going to start doing more sales type videos, like closing business, actual sales tactics that you can use, client psychology, right? What is the client thinking, how to kind of get inside their psychology to kind of be on their side, and not doing it in a malicious way, but to kind of feel what your client's feeling, think what they're thinking, think how they're thinking, and then make sure that you can meet and address those needs. And I think that would be awesome. I'm definitely going to do a lot of videos on sales magic and closing, that type of thing. So anything you want me to make a video on, like I said, anything you want me to cover, topics, feel free to just comment, message me or something, and let me know what I can do to help. You can also text me at 210-288-4266. I'll be glad to help, either if you're a building owner or a homeowner or other contractor. And even if you're my competition, I don't compete with anybody, right? I'm used to dominating. So I will be glad to chat with you. I don't have any secrets. I'm completely transparent on how I run my business, my marketing efforts, everything. Just looking to connect with good people and hoping that I can put out some good content. And even if this helps one person, then that makes me really, really happy. So, all right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Everybody have a blessed day. Thank you for watching.